you know, like the biggest insult I feel as a realist, you know, moving into, you know, like the line of fire, I'd call it, you know, because when you go into something, you gotta speak with certainty, like you know what you're talking about, and that's what I do, you know, especially as that confused fella RB, you know, I try and move as, you know, like, you know, because Dino is me, right? Yeah. And that's the character that, you know, I'm trying to help evolve. No, like not create, not like push, but, you know, evolve. And the one thing with this day and age, I feel, is like people really, they do certain things and they say certain things and they make these moves and nothing sticks, whereas with me is like, you know, I do something, I say something, and I feel a certain way about it. That's why when I get ill, you know, I look at I look at the circumstances, you know, like, you know, why am I ill, why do I feel a certain way about it, like why do I feel sick to my stomach, like why do I sit here and feel like I'm full, like I've eat, like in the back in the day I'd eat something and, you know, you know, like I'd finish the plate, but now it's like I've half my meal. You know, I can bring in anything as an example to sort of like explain why I feel the way I do and how I feel. You know, but like, you know, especially talking about what I just said about being ill, like, you know, sick to my stomach as well. That's a great one. Like I mentioned this in my Silence You Dirtbag freestyle. You know, it's like there's certain things that I say in certain freestyles that, you know, I stick to, and it's not just, I like the fact that I dissed this, you know, circumstance, or, you know, like I'm past this shit, bro. I'm a veteran now. You know, like I can sit here and say I want to do training sessions, I want to practice in the lab. I can say all of that, like, but in my own mind, you know, when I say I'm the best of the best for a reason, there is no one on this planet, on this earth, that can challenge me. And the reason why there is no one alive, present, is because they're all dirtbags. Like you literally go on your social media and that's all you'll see. Like, you know, all you just need to just open your phone and you'll see it. You know, it's not even me saying this or being nasty. It's like I look at this generation and I think like I should have been able to make an account on PlayStation and go on Call of Duty Black Ops and start afresh. And, you know, it should save my progression, it should save it. And I think these are some of the things that I stick to, because it's like back in the day, you know, if I did like I had an account and I forgot my email and password, that's not my fault. Like these things happen, and there are a ton of people it's happened to them. And the thing is, like, these people can just like roll over and say, oh, but it happened, we lost and forgot our password and our email. And the thing is, it's like there's a certain thing, there's something wrong with this generation, because it's like, you know, I lean on old school games, because when I look at new games, it's like it's not even the heart of it anymore. It's like you're just trying to make more games to try and make more money off of it, instead of actually exploring the storyline itself. That's the biggest thing, the biggest problem I have with it. You know, that's the biggest thing for me I get annoyed with and angry about, because I think like how many of these talented people have just contemplated making something special and memorable and remarkable, and they just sit on top of doubts. And the thing is, I'm not a person like who would ever feel that way. It's like if someone was to say to me, I created a character, like I created Red Hood, and, you know, I said he exists in Batman Arkham, and people said, why didn't you make him playable in free roam? That would be on me if that ever happened. It wouldn't happen, because, you know, if I was working on Batman Arkham, that would have been the one thing I would have done, because we all know who Batman versus Red Hood is. And the thing with some of these games is like back in the day, you know, yes, there are certain ways of going about it, but it's like we shouldn't have to live in a day and age of restriction. Like, you are locked in rooms. Like, it's like, you know, you have a world to explore, and you've created this, like with GTA, or you know, with Batman games or Spider-Man games, you know, even with like Spider-Man characters, you know, like I'd like to play a Spider-Man game with Green Goblin. I think there are just certain things, you know, like certain characters that are always overlooked, and you know, going back to Modern Warfare days, man, like that was the time for me, bro, because I remember like back in the day in 2009 to 2010, you know, I remember closely I played that, and that was my game. You know, like I fucking loved it, bro. Like Modern Warfare 2, you know, like it didn't get any better, man. Like, you know, you just load it up, go on main menu, multiplayer, online. You know, you get to like play with random people that you don't even know, and this is the thing, because it's like, you know, this is what I did back in the day, and this is kind of why I love it, man. It's like nobody does this anymore. Like, they will just talk about it and say, remember back in the day, but it's like you can't question it. Like, that was an experience that I went through, and no one else in this day and age. Like, everyone's got Fortnite. You know what I mean? They're not talking about these storytelling games that we play, that I play, that I'm focused on. You know, me and my brother JR, you know, we're talking about it. Like, you know, like he's one of the best on YouTube. Like, I've heard him. Yeah, he's probably one of the best. And you know, like, I'll literally list you a few people that I know. Yeah, like, I'm looking for more mandem to like support and that, but like, I'm gonna say this, you know, JR, man, he's just there is no one like him, bro. Like, mindset, you know, like I literally wanna talk like him, and you know, I just get so gassed when I watch one of his videos, because every time I watch one of his videos and I hear him, I just distinctly think about my past and think, I've never worked with a brother like that. Like, that's the quote. I have never worked with a brother like that. I've never had a brother like that. You know what I mean? Like, I could pretend Adam or Tyrese or Manjinder or, you know, any one of them man there are, but they're not, because, you know, they're like socially distant, and these people in this day and age, don't kid me, right? Like, I know you're socially distant because you don't want to cut you this man. Like, you just want to do me dirty. You know what I mean? And that's what I see. Like, I'm not saying the ones that I've named. I'm just saying man in general. You know what I mean? I'm not a man in general. I'm a realist. I'm an artist. I'm a musician. When it comes to who's the best of the best, I'm the best of the best. That's why I call this series the best of the best edition, because I am it.